Hello.
Hello and welcome to Streambox. I am your host Chris Can. Thank you for joining us here today. If you are only new to the channel, please do subscribe, hit that bell button, give us a thumbs up if you like what we're doing. And if you are new to the channel and you haven't seen any of our previous videos, have a catch up, see if there's something that you might enjoy, something for the viewing optics that you might like, a TV show or a film that you didn't know was available on your streaming platform, or a streaming platform that you were thinking about subscribing to. But today we are going to do something that is on Paramount Plus. We are going to talk about 3 comedy cult classics that are available for your viewing eye sockets. Not at 3. Because when in Ireland we say 3 and not 3, but you get it, don't you? The first one of today is from 1980, and is the hit movie Airplane.
209er, you are cleared for takeoff.
Roger. Huh?
LA departure frequency 123.9er.
Roger. Huh? Request vector. Over. What?
Flight 209er, clear for vector 324.
We have clearance, Clarence.
Roger, Roger. What's our vector, Victor?
Tower radio clearance over.
That's Clarence, over. Over. Roger.
Huh? Roger, over. What? Hey! Who?
Airplane has a great little love story through it. We have Ted, who is a broken-hearted man, and he's chasing down his lost love, Elaine, who's an air hostess. Now, unfortunately, Ted has this traumatic experience because he had what would we call a botched mission in World War II, so he's not very fond of flying anymore.
And I can't live with the man I don't respect.
What a pisser.
Excuse me, we'd like you to have this flower from the Church of Religious Conscience.
With that, he still wants to bring Elaine back into his life, so he chases her down and he ends up getting on a flight where she is on, and he wants to get her back, so he gets on this plane. So during this flight experience, all of a sudden, there's a big traumatic food poisoning explosion. People are getting food poisoning. The pilot has food poisoning. The co-pilot has food pilot. The co-pilot. Pilot. Is it a pilot or a pilot? It's a pilot. The co-pilot and the lead pilot both get food poisoning. So there's massive trauma and drama within this moment for Ted to have to deal with. But before this all happens, Ted is telling his story to a lot of people, and they find it a little bit down.
But enough about me. I hope this hasn't been boring for you. It's just that whenever I start to talk about Elaine, I always get so carried away. I lose all track of time.
Well, I could go on for hours, but I'd probably start to bore you.
You know, I really couldn't blame Elaine. She wanted a career. When they built those roads, they had no thought of drainage in mind. So we had to take a special Jeep up to the main road. In fact, we were lucky to even get a Jeep, since just the day before, only one that we had broke down. And
Obviously this is a comedy, so it has its laughs, and it takes the piss out of life, and it takes the piss out of a lot of things, as most 1980s comedy movies did, or most comedies well before the 2000s when things were actually just funny. But saying all that, there is still some good comedies out there that are being produced, but I find myself, the classic comedies are the best. They didn't hold back from just having a laugh and just remembering that it was about making the audience laugh. And people laughing at themselves are definitely a much happier person because they don't take life too serious, and life is tough enough without taking it serious anyway.
Every passenger on this plane will have fish for dinner. Will become violently ill in the next half hour.
Just how serious is it, Doctor?
Extremely serious. Starts with a slight fever, dryness of the throat. As the virus penetrates the red blood cells, the victim becomes dizzy. Begins to experience an itching, a rash. From there, the poison goes to work on the central nervous system, causing severe muscle spasms, followed by the inevitable drooling. At this point, the entire digestive system collapses, accompanied by uncontrollable flatulence, until finally the poor bastard is reduced to a quivering, wasted piece of jelly.
If you want something that is classic comedy with Leslie Nielsen, Lloyd Bridges, Peter Graves, and Robert Hayes, well then, Airplane is definitely for you. These classic comedy actors give it all, and they just entertain us all the way through, while holding on to that storyline and keeping that drama ticking along within a comedy aspect. Next one on our list is from 1984, and it is the classic movie Beverly Hills Cop.
Tell me something, fella. What's going on? Shit. I've been here too long. Talk to me.
Just give us a minute, okay?
No, I ain't got no more minutes. Here, check this out. I want you to see something. You can't get no cleaning in this here. Look here. These are very popular cigarette with the children. You know what this is in here? You know what this is? This is a federal tax stamp. You can't beat that. You can't get no cleaning in that. Talk to me. Tell me something.
So why don't you keep going to business yourself if it's such a great fucking deal?
I would, man, but I ain't from Detroit, you know, and I don't know nobody in town that can handle a job this big. But y'all supposed to got all the connections, you know. But tell me something. Shit, I'm a businessman. I'm gonna sit down. Do what you want to do.
You're right. It ain't easy to get rid of this shit.
I know, but see, I'm a businessman, you know. This is my thing. I'm doing business here.
Now, Beverly Hills Cop, starring Eddie Murphy as Axel Foley. What more can I say? This is comedy gold at its finest. Eddie Murphy does a cracking job. Well, he is a fantastic actor overall, and he really delivered his top roles, I found, in the 80s. His 80s film montage is just phenomenal. He has so many great movies out there, from Beverly Hills to Beverly Hills Cop 2 to Beverly Hills Cop 3. I couldn't resist that joke. Anyway, listen, Beverly Hills Cop. The storyline is Axel's buddy gets shot and killed, and he wants to go to LA and find out what happened to him because there's not enough involvement in the case and it's not moving forward for him. So it's his best friend. He wants to figure out what happened to his best buddy. So while he's over in LA, he runs into the criminal Victor. Now, Victor is what you call a very, very dark man.
This is a very nice place, Vic. Hi. I like this. This is nice.
Glad you like it. It must make you remember.
You know, Victor, I know that you're into a lot of crooked shit. And I have a pretty good idea that you had Mikey killed. And when I find out for sure, I'm gonna fuck you up real bad.
He is a criminal mastermind, and he has a network of villains that work for him and are willing to throw Axel through windows.
Hey! What the fuck is this? Did you see that shit?
So through Axel's escapades, he ends up in the police station, and there he meets Sergeant Taggart and Deputy Billy Rose. Now these come a cop buddy movie. The three of them come together, and Sergeant Taggart's always trying to stop Axel from doing what he's going to get up to and get in trouble. But that doesn't stop him. He ends up helping him all the time anyway. And Billy Rose just loves it. He's there for the ride. He loves Axel. He loves the adventure. He is a gunslinging cop with a fantastic boot of weapons. But all through this, the storyline is engrossing, it's funny, it's happening, and it just never lets up. And Eddie Murphy carries this on his back, as he did for 3 films. So the franchise itself did so well. Like, if you were to have a franchise as good as this nowadays, it would be phenomenal. Like, it would make billions. But the thing is, they don't make comedy the way they used to because of a lot of otherworldly activities that have restricted some people's creativity. But other words than that, if you're looking for a good laugh and you enjoy Eddie Murphy in his golden days, then Beverly Hills Cop is for you. Our third one here today is a classic starring Matthew Broderick, and it is from 1986, and it is Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Ferris?
He doesn't have a fever, but he says his stomach hurts and he's seeing spots.
What's the matter, Ferris?
Papa?
Honey, feel his hands. They're cold and clammy.
I'm fine. I get up.
No!
If every day off was like a day off in Ferris Bueller, we would all go on the hop, or the Mitch, or skip school, whatever you called it in your country or wherever you're from. Taking a day off high school, if it was this good, we all would have done it all the time. We'd never be in class. Ferris Bueller is an absolute adventure movie. No matter what they say, it is about a kid taking a day off school, but it's an adventure. They go out to experience the city and have fun, and he never lets up. Ferris is so an outgoing, expressing extrovert of a person, and everybody loves him. And his two buddies are with him all the way, Cameron and Simone. Now, they are with him all the way through this adventure. They also help him get out of school. They help him, well, Cameron helps him get Simone out of school.
No, I think I owe you an apology, sir.
Well, I should say you do.
Well,
I think you should be sorry, for Christ's sake. A family member dies, and you insult me. What the hell is the matter with you, anyway?
Well, I really don't know, sir. I mean, I didn't think I was talking to you. I thought I was talking to somebody else. You know, sir, that I would never deliberately insult you like that. I can't begin to tell you how embarrassed I am.
This story is great. It's got fun, it's got cars, it's got laughs, it's got ice cream. It's got art, it's got singing, it's got dancing, and it's got a good old chase. And the principal is always trying to catch Ferris out, but he can't. And Ferris's parents are so naive, it's ridiculous. But I tell you what, if you have not seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and you love to just sit back, relax, and watch a film that has a narrative of simplicity and just joy from start to finish, this is definitely one for you. Matthew Broderick is absolutely classic in this. Obviously, Cameron is played by Alan Ruck. Now, Alan Ruck is comedy gold. He has this dryness to him and this sort of quirkiness. He's excellent. But while I was researching him, I found out that he's in this new TV show called Succession on HBO with Brian Cox as the lead. Now, I'm going to give that a watch to add on to my HBO selection and see what that's like. But we'll leave that aside for another thing. But expect that video in the future. Well, it looked really good when I watched the trailer. This is one thing that I love about these classic films and the research and just digging into what we find out about different actors and so forth, and who's in different films and so forth, and who were the lead cast that we might have forgot about. Is that you discover different shows and different films that they're in by this little bit of research, and this is information that I would like to bestow onto you, the viewer, to help you find, oh, you know what, I love that actor, I didn't know he was in that, I'm gonna watch that sounds like a great show, or that sounds like a cool film. That is what I'm hoping to deliver here at Streambox, and if I am delivering that at the moment, please do subscribe, hit that bell button, give us a thumbs up, share it out to the algorithmic madness of YouTube, and stay tuned and have a chat about what we are watching here on Streambox. So to wrap it up, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, it's definitely one to watch, and these are all on Paramount Plus at the moment. So if you're not on Paramount Plus, you don't really need to jump on, because I figured out you can rent these films on YouTube and so forth and things like that. But they are available on Paramount Plus at the moment if you have a subscription. And there is some other great films on there as well. I'll do some more research, different categories we'll find out. But listen, thanks so much for staying with us today. Here at Streambox, we are chuffed that you are joining us every week. Have a great one, and we'll see you again soon.
Streambox, oh Streambox, the place where all your streams can come through. Oh, yes, it's through Streambox we review, but we do it all for you. Streambox fix you.